It's one of those things. I can't really explain it. You just have to know. Ever since I was little, there is one thing I've believed in strongly. Intuition. That feeling that tells you, this is wrong, this is right. Go this way. Don't do that. And I learned pretty early that when that feeling shows up, I should listen to it. I still do. It can be when I need to make big decisions, but it might also be everyday things. I can be out driving, and for no clear reason, something tells me, take another route today. Then later I hear there was an accident on that road I normally take. It could be a coincidence. I'm not saying there is anything magical about it. But we notice much more than we consciously realize. Some people become good at listening to these signals. Others learn to ignore them. And not to be so philosophical while making dinner. But if you've forgotten how to listen to your gut, cooking is a pretty good place to practice. Because yes, you can follow a recipe. You can measure everything, set a timer, but at some point, the recipe won't help you. Does it need more salt? Is the pan too hot? Should I add more liquid? You have to look, test, feel, and make the decision yourself. And the more you cook, the less these moments feel like decisions. You just start to know. And that brings us to risotto, because risotto is one of those foods where the recipe can only take you so far. It can tell you how much rice to start with, how much wine, roughly how much stock. But your stove is different from mine. The heat is different. Everyone talks about patience when it comes to risotto. And it's true. You definitely need that. But it's equally about trusting your senses. Cooking rice until it's soft, but still has a bite to it, isn't really an instruction. What does that feel like? Nobody can tell you that in writing. So at some point, you just have to decide what that means to you. I have had praise and criticism in my life for listening to that feeling. Sometimes you tell someone, I don't think this is a good idea. They do it anyway. And if it goes badly, they are not always happy that you said it first. Other times, you follow a feeling and it turns out to be the right choice. You never know beforehand. And please don't get me wrong. I don't know it all. I get things wrong like everyone else. I've followed feelings that led nowhere. I've ignored them and I regretted it. But I have a lot of respect for those words. This doesn't feel right. Because those thoughts and feelings usually come from somewhere. From experience. Moments that you might not even remember. Knowledge that you didn't know you had. And the more you pay attention to your own voice, the clearer it becomes. At home in Uganda, you don't really see people use recipes. At least I didn't. I never saw my mom or my grandmother measuring anything. All they would say, some of this, some of that. That's how dinner was made. And if you asked how much did you put in, you wouldn't get any useful answer. Enough until it tastes right, which is not that helpful when you're trying to learn. The food didn't always taste exactly the same, and nobody expected it to. Of course, we have specific dishes, but I don't have a single written instruction for how to make them. You just learn by watching. You see how much water goes into the pot, what the sauce looks like, and there you go. When I was younger, I used to wonder, how can you know it's enough if you didn't measure it? And now I catch myself doing the same thing. Someone asks me, how much did you add? And I say, I don't know. Enough until it looks right. It might sound like useless advice until you learn to do it yourself. When you know, you know. That's what I like about cooking. Sometimes you get it wrong, but then you learn. And the next time, you know a little bit more. So intuition does not have to be some mysterious gift. It can just be attention and experience built up over time. Learning to notice and trusting what you notice. Recipes are useful. So are rules and advice. But sooner or later, whether you stand in front of a pan of risotto or trying to figure out where to go in life, there comes a moment when nobody else can make the call for you. A recipe can tell you what to do, but it can't tell you what feels right. That part, you have to figure it out by yourself. Cheers. After making this, you might still have some rice, garlic, shallots, or wine left. Just tell IvanEats Kitchen what you have left, and it will create new recipes around those ingredients, all based on what you have at home and what you like to eat. So instead of wondering what to make next, you already have a meal ready to try. Try your first recipe for free at IvanEats.com.